Welcome to the Epcotian Adventure,
a podcast where we talk about all things Disney, but we're Epcot-centered.
including tips and tricks, festivals and favorites, and the very latest in our rankings and reviews.
But we're still old enough to remember when a restaurant without a kids menu would have been offensive.
This is episode 118, our review of Sebastian's Bistro at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
Or, wait, they serve crab cakes at Sebastian's? I have questions.
So now, please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast as we embark on our Epcotian adventure.
We call it Epcot.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 118 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And today we're headed over to the Caribbean. The Caribbean. We went through this last episode. Is it
We
Caribbean
did.
or Caribbean?
Yes.
I think it's the Caribbean Resort and Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm going to go with that.
I'm going with Caribbean for both, but I'll probably say Caribbean at some point.
Anyway, we did a trip to Disney World, as you all know, because we've been talking about it forever, and we're going to continue to talk about it. So, Sebastian's Bistro is a table service restaurant. It's just outside Port Royale at Caribbean Beach. It's about a 5 or 10 minute walk from the Skyliner, from the main Caribbean Beach. Say it's the Caribbean again.
Yeah.
Caribbean Beach Skyliner station. But you can get there really easy by the buses from the parks. You can get there by the Skyliner. You can get there by minivan or by car. Lots of ways easy to get to location.
Yeah, for some reason I was under the impression that this was one of the ones that's like out of the way and you have to really struggle to get there and you have to really go like intentionally and you have to be only going there. But it's right on the Skyliner route. It's super easy to get to. So this is one that I would definitely put on your list. I mean, we're not going to jump to the end. We're not going to tell you all the things that we recommend. But I would definitely say that this is one that is a lot more doable than I thought it was. And I really think this is a hidden gem.
Yeah, like Olivia's. This is one of those places that if you're not familiar with, this is a place to seek out and go. The best part, too, in my opinion, is the Banana Cabana Lounge is attached to it. And that's, from what we saw and what we just talked about in our last episode, is one of those also hidden gems of the Skyliner crawl.
Yeah, this is one of those things. It's an easy jump from one of the parks. So you don't, like Rod said, you don't have to be staying at Caribbean Beach to make this a part of your Disney trip.
Yeah, if you do take a shuttle there of any sort, a bus or an Uber or a minivan, they drop you off right at Port Royale too, so it's a very easy walk. Just through the building. Follow the signs, follow your nose.
It always knows. So Sebastian's opened in 2018. It was formerly known as Shutters before that, which always sounded vaguely creepy to me. I don't know why.
No, it sounds like one of the haunt mazes over at Universal Halloween Horror Night. And now, Shutters.
Dun, dun, dun. They are open from 4:30 to 9:30 daily, which means they don't serve breakfast and there is no lunch menu. So this is dinner only. So do keep that in mind as we go through, that if this is something that does tickle your fancy and you do want to give a try, remember this is only a dinner location.
Yeah, we waited about 10 or 15 minutes after we checked in with our reservation. I would state that this is probably someplace that I would recommend a reservation for, but it's not 100% needed. We saw a lot of people walking up and getting right into the wait list. You can do that from the app as well, or this is also one of those places to get a last-minute reservation, because not a lot of people seek this one out.
Like we said,
by mistake.
hidden gem.
Definitely.
But while you are waiting for your reservation, you can enjoy the lake and Skyliner views. They are right there. In the lake, we also got to witness a couple of different turtles who came up to say hi. They were just swimming around and would pop their little heads up to say hi to us. It was so cute. I'm always a fan of wildlife, and that was just super unexpected. So that was fun.
So one of the best things you can do to watch those turtles is to do it with a drink from Banana Cabana. They have a full bar menu, everything tropical here. So you'll find the little blue drinks like you find at all the other Disney resorts. You'll find your Mai Tais, your Hurricanes, your painkillers. It's a tropical cruise ship port kind of a bar, in my opinion.
And I don't know if this is all the time, but at least the night that we were there, they had a live band playing. So that was a really fun way to pass that time as well while we were waiting to get in. And they were actually really good. Again, island sounds, island vibe, very, very casual, very fun. I would say this is one of those places that is great for like families or a group of friends to just go and enjoy those very, very casual, very like a party atmosphere, but not carnival.
Yeah, like like cruise ship. This is very island feel.
Yeah,
to it. It is a great place for carnivores too. We'll get more into the menu in a minute. Not a great place for vegans. I'll just say that right off the top.
Although they do have a vegetarian menu.
That is true.
So if you are of the vegetarian or vegan persuasion, do check out the menu, see if it appeals to you. To us, it didn't seem like it was going to be a great option.
I would also say it's probably not a great place for a romantic date or like a special occasion. It's kind of loud inside. A lot of kids because of Caribbean Beach. And if you don't like island flavors. One of the biggest things, like we said at the beginning, there's no kids menu here.
I was so surprised by that.
Definitely, I would say this is for early teens, maybe and up. You know, kids that are going to want to eat meats of some sort and not in the shape of stars, like chicken stars from Hardee's.
Or dinosaurs.
Or dinosaurs.
But you know your own kids, so if this is something they would gravitate towards, by all means bring them along. But just know that there isn't a proper kids menu.
Well, let's talk about that pricing a little bit. It is family style, so it's a single price, what we call Prixie Fixie. It's a price-fixed menu, $39 for adults, $21 for kids ages 3 to 9. Let's talk about that menu a bit, because there is quite a few things that come out really quickly. As soon as you sit down, there's a really good bread service that comes with a guava butter.
And caramelized onion jam.
And those two together, really good, surprisingly.
I would never have tried them together in one bite. I would have thought to do them separately, but I saw someone that I follow on Instagram try them together. And so we did it as well, and it was surprisingly good. The sweetness of the guava and the creaminess of the butter, along with that acidic bite of the onion, it actually really worked. So just go out on a limb and try it, see if you like it. If you don't, go back to separating them. But the rolls are delicious. They're those like yeasty pull-apart rolls, homemade. They're so, so good. Don't skip out on the bread service on this one.
It's followed by a salad, and it's a standard pretty mixed green salad, but it has pumpkin seeds and some tropical fruit and some key lime dressing. I can't state it enough. I could drink the key lime dressing.
It was yummy.
Really yummy. Again, it has that little bit of citrus bite to it, and the flavor on it's fantastic. Again, these are the fillers before you get to the main course, so we didn't do a ton of this as a table. We didn't even finish the salad because we were waiting on the platter.
But it was a big salad, too. But I also want to say that the salad also had pieces of radish on it, which I love radish on a salad. I think it's underused. You get that nice peppery, spicy. It's not spicy. Spicy is the wrong word. But peppery radish that is just so, so good. And the pumpkin seeds are spiced and candied. So those are going to offer a sweetness that counterbalances the pepper of the radish. And it's a really, really nice salad. And again, like you said, that key lime dressing, chef's kiss for sure. And then we're going to jump in to that main course, which is going to be a plate full of everything.
Meat.
And more meat.
They have the meats.
Whatever varieties that you would choose, these would be your meats. So there's no requirement on the types of meat. There's an endless selection. Endless.
I'm just going to read this to you because it just goes on and on. So you're going to get oven roasted chicken with tamarind barbecue sauce. The barbecue sauce is on the side. And then you're going to have slow roasted mojo pork with mango sambal. Again, the mango is on the side. Chili rubbed beef with roasted red pepper chimichurri, also on the side. And baked fish with citrus butter, not on the side. So you're going to get 4 different kinds of meat. So, Rod, tell us what comes on the side of those, because you're also going to plate full of sides.
Yeah, let's talk about those sides, because they really do go hand in hand with those meats. I love the meats. Everything is a taste of the Caribbean with this. That's what they call the sides. It's what they call the platter. And it's true. You get this beautiful cilantro lime rice. beans, roasted veggies, and the candied plantains. I cannot say enough about the rice, too. I love anything with lime in it, but the lime cilantro rice with all of the meat and the beans together as one bite was so good. You had the plantains. I didn't actually get to the plantains.
Oh, you didn't try a plantain?
I did not. I was so full by the time I got to that part of my plate.
Oh, no, I started with the plantains.
But I saw you guys all liked it.
I love a plantain. I like crispy plantain chips. I like a plantain any way you're going to give me a plantain. So these ones are candied, so they're like soft and sweet, but they still have that earthy flavor of the plantain that you're going to get. It was delightful. From what I've heard, this is a new addition to this meal, so I am so glad that we got it at a time when these have been added. And I also want to mention these roasted seasonal veggies. They were so good. I know they're just a side of veggies, but special shout out to the cauliflower. Cauliflower, if you're listening, you are delicious. It was so good. If you're going to give me a piece of cauliflower, I want it to be roasted exactly like this, because it had just that little bit of caramelization on top that happens when you roast it just right. These were spectacular. The carrots were amazing. I don't usually get excited about vegetables, but these were incredible.
Well, let's break down the meats just a bit here. So we talked about the chicken. The chicken itself, I thought it was okay.
It was fine.
It was a little dry. That tamarind barbecue sauce that came with it, I actually thought worked better on the pork. The pork came with a mango sambal, was also very good. I think the pork may have been my favorite.
The pork was my favorite as well. I think that was the general consensus, was that was the best of the meats on the plate, followed very closely by the chili rubbed beef.
Oh my gosh, that's right, with that chimichurri.
Yep.
Not a huge fan of chimichurri. This was actually really good. It was perfectly balanced with the meat, but also worked well with the pork. Again, those all is just kind of one big bite was really yummy. They did pair everything well on here. And then there's the fish. Fish is usually fish, and this was fish.
It was
That's all
fine.
I can say about it.
It was totally fine. There was nothing offensive about it. Just compared to the other meats on the plate, it lacked some seasoning. It would have loved to have some more of that citrus flavor. It says it comes with a citrus butter, but I wasn't getting any citrus at all from it. I think maybe it just needed a little bit of salt. It was just missing some flavor.
For me, I think it was just not needed. I think sticking with the pork and the steak and the chicken would have been just fine. If you think of this as a poor man's Ohana, it's kind of like that.
That's a great way to put it, because you are getting a variety of different meats. I keep trying to think of a different word for meat, because it's getting a little weird. But you are getting a variety of meats. You are getting all those sides. It is family style. And we're about to talk about the dessert, which is kind of directly comparable now to Ohana.
That's true. That's a very good point.
But before we get to that dessert, I do want to say that one of the people at our table had not an allergy, but a sensitivity, and she mentioned it to the waiter. The waiter brought out one of the chefs. Her name was Farah, and she was absolutely fantastic. She talked through the entire menu with our friend Em, who had the sensitivity. Her sensitivity is to oranges specifically. Looking at the menu, you never would have known there was orange in anything. So this is your cue to always ask questions. If you have an allergy or a sensitivity, ask those questions. Tell them your needs, because it was in literally almost everything. Em ended up getting her own plate of the whole dinner. And out of everything that she tried, the fish was her favorite. So I think just depending on how everything was seasoned and how it all went together can affect some of those things as well. But this is your cue. Ask the questions. Don't ignore an allergy, or even if it's not life-threatening, even if it's just a sensitivity, always ask, because it was 100% worth it. They were so good about taking care of her.
Now, if that's not enough food, you can order a couple extra things on the side. They do have a crab and seafood cake. Yes, Sebastian serves crab.
What is this?
That's disturbing.
It's a little disturbing, but that runs $13, and it comes with a tropical mango slaw and a guajillo aioli. You can also do fried coconut shrimp on the side for an extra $10, and that runs $10 per portion. So if you've got a big family that loves shrimp, you may get 3 or 4 of these.
I love shrimp. I wish we had tried these, actually, but there was so much food. I knew we couldn't do more. But I love a good coconut shrimp, and I bet these were fantastic. So now, let's talk about the star of the show, which is the dessert. And we hardly ever say that. We're not dessert people as a general statement. Yeah,
it's funny. A lot of the restaurants around the resort are known for one specific item or a couple different things, or like the bread service at Tiffin's. Here, nobody really says anything about Sebastian's, but this dessert, it is a coconut pineapple bread pudding, which is why it sounds like it should be a Ohana, because they offer something similar. This one comes with a caramel sauce and vanilla ice cream. Sounds very simplistic. It is the star of the show.
It was so good. I can't even express to you how good this was. Even if you're not a huge bread pudding fan, as a general statement, if you like these island flavors, if you like coconut, pineapple, caramel, give this one a shot. I think it's better than the one we had at Ohana. It's at least directly comparable, at the very least. So it would be worth it to me to go over and just get this bread pudding and a cup of coffee. I think that would be fantastic use of Skyliner.
Yeah, and you can do that Banana Cabana.
Yes.
I love that.
You can get the bread service over there. You can get this dessert over there. And let's talk a little bit about the cocktails, because we did talk a little bit about the ones that you can get at Banana Cabana, which are directly the same as the ones that you can get inside Sebastian's. And if you missed that, we talked about that on our Skyliner Crawl episode, which was the last episode, 117. But inside the restaurant, they do have something a little bit special.
Oh, yeah.
A lot special? Is it a lot special?
It's a lot special. And I wonder if I didn't check, but I bet Banana Cabana does this as well. But
I didn't see it on their menu. You might be able to ask for it. I'm not sure. But this is a create your own rum old-fashioned.
Yes, please.
So this is $17.50 currently. And it gives you your choice of a specialty Caribbean rum, your choice of bitters, and your choice of syrup.
All 4 of us did this because, oh, please. Old fashions are one of the best drinks, but when you mix rum into it and actually be able to create your own flavor palette, this was, again, if this was not the star, this was the co-star of the show.
So there are 6 different kinds of specialty Caribbean rums you can choose. I don't know much about rum as a general statement, other than that I like it, so I'm just going to leave it at that there are 6 different ones. And then you can choose your bitters, which is going to be Angostura, Angostura orange, black walnut, cardamom, chocolate, grapefruit, Peychaud's, pimento, and rhubarb. And then you choose a syrup, which is agave, orange tangerine, pure cane sugar, honey mango, or maple. And so you can customize this to exactly whatever you are in the mood for.
And your server will know the differences between the rums, the bitters, and all of that. They have people order this all the time. She was actually very helpful in guiding all 4 of us through what we liked and what we should choose. And, yeah, this may be one of those things that I have to go back for just for that eventually. Again, sometime. Hopefully soon.
Do you remember what you put in, what bitters and syrup you chose?
Yeah, I did the chocolate bitters along with the pure cane sugar syrup. And I don't remember which of the rums I chose. And again, I'm not an expert on these rums. I know that they are all Caribbean rums. There's one from Puerto Rico, Barbados, Martinique, Jamaica. So they had a good selection. And the server actually helped me decide which one to do based on my flavor palette.
I don't remember which rum I chose either. I think I went with the Appleton Estate Rare Blend 12-year from Jamaica. And the only thing that made it stand out was that it had that 12-year on it. And I thought, that must be important. So I picked that one. And then I did the pimento bitters because I wanted a little bit of spice. And I did the honey mango syrup, and it gave it that nice sweetness on there. And it was so good. I will definitely be back to try this again.
And again, they have a full bar. They have a couple sangrias. They have all those tropical drinks we talked about outside of Banana Cabana. Everything is available on the same menu inside Sebastian's. So if there's something you like and you want them to create for you, just ask, and they will be able to do it for you. So what was your favorite bite in the entire
Oh my gosh.
meal?
It's so hard because the bread service was phenomenal. That's actually the first thing that comes to mind. And that bread pudding was so, so good. But I really have to say my very favorite bite was that mojo pork with the mango sambal. That was my favorite, followed very closely by the pork with the chimichurri. Oh, and I love the plantains. I love dang it, I liked all of it. I love this whole meal.
I think for me, the bread pudding with the caramel and the ice cream as one bite was fantastic. My favorite as far as the meats, again, I think would have been the pork with that tamarind barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah. We should mention that that barbecue sauce is on the sweeter side. Tamarind, to me, made it sound like it was going to be spicy. And it did have a tiny kick to it, but it's mostly a sweeter barbecue sauce. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that was delicious.
So a couple things on the logistics side. If you are headed to the Caribbean beach, it is a large resort. So if you're going there from one of the hotels, you can probably get there quicker by going to a park first and then over to the resort. If you're at the parks, though, remember that if it's towards the end of the day and you're going, hey, let's go have dinner at Sebastian's. If that park's about to close, you're in a long line to get there. I like minivans. That's still my best way to get there. Or the Skyliner.
Yeah, if you're anywhere near a Skyliner, take the Skyliner for sure. Because it's a beautiful walk from the Skyliner over there, too.
They do take the Disney dining plan. It is considered a sit-down restaurant. So if you're on that dining plan, you can use one for Sebastian.
And while it is easy to get a reservation here, most of the time we do recommend that you do get a reservation as soon as you know that you want to do it. So overall, Rod, would you recommend Sebastian's?
Yeah. A diamond in the rough. This is, again, like I mentioned Livia's before, that's another one of my favorites that a lot of people just don't even seem to know about. This one is now on my radar, and I would definitely go back and do this again. What about you?
Same, for sure. Not only will I go back and do it again, but I will recommend this over and over again. It's one of those places, I'm going to be honest, I didn't have this on my radar at all. Caribbean Beach as a resort has never really appealed to me. While I do like island flavors, it just seemed like it was going to be way too people-y, way too huge of a resort to try to navigate to get here. And it was none of those things. I actually reached out to Bethany Vinton, if you happen to follow her on Instagram. She's fantastic. And asked her what the best restaurant on a Skyliner crawl would be. And without hesitation, she said Sebastian's. So on her recommendation, thank you, Bethany, we ended up using that. And I am so, so glad that we did. Definitely a hidden gem. If you are at all looking for something a little bit different for your dinner and you want to get out to one of these resorts, by all means, go to Sebastian's.
Before we go, we'd like to give a big thank you to our theme music composer, Jason Patrick Rowan, whose music is licensed to Pond 5. And of course, thank you, Phoenicians.
Thank you, Phoenicians. And don't forget to rate, review, like, share, and subscribe. It really does help other people find us. You can find us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Epcotian Adventure is a $1,000 brunch production and a proud gold member of D23. Thanks for joining us today for episode 118 of the Epcotian Adventure. I'm Rod.
And I'm Sue.
And we'll see you in line.
Bye.
Thank the Phoenicians.
Hi.
It'd be one of those episodes, isn't it?
Oh,
okay, let's all right, take two.